There we go. Okay, hello, welcome. It's great to see you again. This is the first TRE talk of this year. Hope everyone had a good start on the new year. Happy to see many familiar faces as well, so that's really nice. And also some new ones, that's also great. I'm so lucky today. I'm happy to have Raquel Devillé, who has said yes on my when I asked her to do a talk about her experience with TRE and pain. It's a very interesting topic, and seems like many are interested. We are almost 30 people soon online. Raquel, she has done my TRE instructor training and also been assisting me in the last trainings. So I'm very happy to have you as an assistant, Raquel, and your support has been very valuable for me as well. So I'm very happy, as I said, to have you do a talk as well in this series. So maybe you would like to say a few things about yourself and your background.
Hello, I'm Raquel. So I'm a TRE provider, and I used to be a student of Hans. And I'm a big fan of Hans and his work. So that's why I'm here. And one of my slides is actually an introduction of myself, and I prefer to rest with the slides because yeah, I get easily distracted, and the slides allow me to focus. And I wasn't expecting so many people, so I'm kind of panicking because there is Dr. Sarah. Thank you for being there, but it's like, oh my God. And Cyrine as well. So I don't know if you know her, but Cyrine, she's like big in the French-speaking TRE world in Canada. And she's also here, and I wasn't expecting this. And yeah, so I have no idea who the other people are, but now I'm suddenly, yeah. So I do a lot of TRE for chronic pain. I work mainly with women. I work with a few men, but mainly with women that struggle with a lot of stress and often have some kind of pain. That can be often is like joint pain and fibromyalgia. But besides that, I've been working with different kinds of pain, and that's what I'm showing you here today. That's what I'm talking about here today.
Maybe we could ask the group to write something in the chat. So if at least some of you could write in the chat where you are located, and also what your experience with the TRE is. Are you a TRE instructor, trainer? Are you interested in a training, or are you more doing TRE for your own personal reasons and so on? That would be great to know, and also let Raquel to get to know you a bit and the audience. So would you like to share your screen, Raquel?
Yes, let me.
Great.
This.
So let's see in the chat what they are writing.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, we can see it well. It's going well here.
Okay, great. So I have another window for me. So I can actually have an idea of what I'm doing. I just have to move a few things here. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if I can start talking and presenting. So Hans mentioned 5 case stories, but I added another story, so there will be 6 stories about TRE and pain. So basically this presentation is about, this talk is about breaking free from pain. And what we are going to see is chronic pain definition, causes and some statistics of chronic pain in Europe, 6 real-life case stories of persons I worked with, the power of TRE in pain management. We are also going to see how we can adapt the TRE sequence for people struggling with pain, because sometimes it's not easy, and how to incorporate TRE easily into daily life. So how to create a habit of doing a little TRE every day. So I'm Raquel. My name is Raquel Devillé. I'm located in Belgium, in the French-speaking part of Belgium, very close to France and Luxembourg. I'm a passionate TRE provider, so I've seen the light with TRE. I really like it. I'm also a yoga teacher and yoga therapist, and I have a background in human resources with a specialization in occupational health and ergonomics. And I founded Recentrez-vous, so it's my yoga center in Virton, a small town in Belgium. And over the years, I've been working with people, and I helped a lot of them alleviate back pain, chronic pain, as well as sleep issues. I do embrace a holistic approach, and me personally, I have like as balanced as possible lifestyle, as natural as possible as well, and I'm very much into walking barefoot. That I also find it's interesting for stress and pain. And I'm all about eating unprocessed food and go to bed early. That is also very important with chronic pain. So I got here to Hans thanks to Birgit. So Birgit is another student of Hans. She started before me, and so she broke her arm when she was a little girl. And the arm, she broke it in different places, and she could not bend her arm. So her arm just did, I don't know if you can see my video, but the arm like bent 90 degrees and she couldn't move it more. And while doing Hans' training, well, her arm started to bend until she could actually touch her shoulder with her hand. And we were colleagues in the yoga therapy training, and she told me, oh, you have to try TRE, it's really interesting, and look at my arm. And I was very impressed with her arm story. So I had an ankle. So like some years ago, about in 2013, I twisted an ankle, and it never healed properly, and I couldn't, I had pain. So every morning I was waking up and I would have pain in my ankle while going down the stairs. Then it would alleviate during the day, but I also lost flexibility, and I couldn't move my ankle normally. And it was also much bigger than the other ankle that didn't have any problems. So I started TRE on my own, and the ankle got much better. And in 2 weeks, I had no more pain. So it was very strange, because suddenly I didn't have any pain in the ankle. And I also had like a rest of a plantar fasciitis, and it also disappeared. I say 2 weeks, but maybe it was less. So it was very fast. And it was much like, oh, it hurts. And then, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. So it was very interesting. And then Birgit told me, listen, you have to do this, go and do a Hans certification, because Hans is like the best TRE teacher ever. So that's how I got here. And then I really like Hans' approach, because he's also a somatic experiencing facilitator. And I think both of these techniques together, they work really well for chronic pain. So moving on to TRE. So TRE is basically a holistic approach to pain relief, or it can be. So it's safe, it's gentle, and it's effective. For me, it's safe because basically the body does what it needs to do in order to heal. So it's perfect. And it's gentle as well, and it's effective because, again, the body does what it needs to be done, what it needs to do to be well. It's a mind-body technique that releases stored tension and stress, what is very helpful for chronic pain, because often chronic pain is related either to connective tissue, like fascia, and stress, and it can also be neuroplastic. So it can also be like a brain thing. Instead of the pain is like an alarm, and suddenly it stops working like an alarm, and it's just there forever and ever, and it never goes away. So this is when it becomes chronic pain. Sorry for the messy explanation, but sometimes I just go very basic because, yeah, I get lost. So this is TRE releases stored tension and stress, and this helps for chronic pain. And it can also be practiced at home alone. We don't need someone to provide a session. So once we are at ease with TRE, we can do it in our own, and it allows people to be independent from a therapist. And for me, this is very important, that people are independent from me, that they come with a problem, and then if they get back because they chose to do it, not because they need it. But it can also be done in group sessions, and when it's done in group sessions, it can also have a very interesting effect on people. Benefits for chronic pain: it reduces muscle tension and pain. It also improves sleep quality and mood, and sleep is very important for pain relief. Well, sleep is very important for everything. It enhances emotional resilience, and again, it decreases stress and anxiety. And once there is less stress, less anxiety, sleep is better. The body can relax and can also repair, especially during sleep. And this is very helpful with pain. So I might maybe be saying things that you already know. So I have been having very interesting results with TRE for pain. So chronic pain, but not only chronic pain. So chronic pain might be the most important one, but also joint pain, arthritis, migraines, chemotherapy pain. I had recently a case of a very recent sciatica that also was solved with one session of TRE. Also immune disease symptoms and pain, and also lack of mobility that comes from pain, or lack of movement. So lack of mobility that is related to lack of movement, as well as postural pain, and also MS pain. So I've been working with different people with different kinds of pain, and these were like the best results I had with pain. So the definition of chronic pain: it's a pain that persists for more than 3 months. So if there is an event that causes acute pain, and if the pain goes on for more than 3 months, then we call it chronic pain. It can be caused by very different factors that may include injuries or medical conditions or psychological factors. Chronic pain can impact a person's quality of life, and it really does. It can also affect their ability to work, to sleep, to enjoy activities, and it also can affect their self-esteem and self-confidence. It can also lead to anxiety, depression, and social isolation, because people, they feel alone and they are in pain, and well, they just, sometimes it's very hard for them to get out of it, because basically it hurts. The causes: can be different. So pain can be due to trauma, injury, or damage to tissues such as muscles, ligaments, bones, or nerves. So for example, back pain, spinal cord injuries, and pain from overuse injuries. It can be due to medical conditions such as arthritis, cancer, fibromyalgia, Lyme's disease, and MS. And it can also be related to psychological factors like stress and anxiety and depression. Statistics. So there are millions of people across Europe affected by chronic pain. And this impacts, of course, their quality of life, overall well-being. And so this is like my human resources perspective. It costs a lot of money in sick leave. So I see a lot of people. So part of my clients are entrepreneurs, and they have a lot of problems with their personnel because people often they cannot go to work because they are on sick leave because they are in pain. And I do know a lot of people in this situation, both entrepreneurs that struggle with people that cannot come to work because they are in pain, and also people that cannot work because they are in pain. And I see it more and more. And according to the European Pain Federation, over 30% of Europeans experience chronic pain, with an estimated economic burden of over 100 billion annually. So this is a lot of money for a condition that basically can, in my point of view, it can easily be solved with TRE, and it's just easy and fast and natural and free in the end. So now I'm going to talk about the real life case stories of the power of TRE in pain management. So this girl, she's maybe my biggest success in pain. She allowed me to, her mother, and she as well allowed me to use her photo. And she's here because she's really a very interesting case. But I'm starting with my first case. So I had a lady once, she told me that we were talking about TRE. I was explaining what I do in life. And so I was telling, I make people tremor. And she told me that she had like a teenager. Her son is a teenager, autistic, and he suffered from chronic migraines since he was a small boy. And he was a very good student, but these migraines were really affecting his daily life and his school performance as well. So he was struggling every day because he had migraines. And he was not having like very strong migraines every day, but it would arrive every day. And it could be mild from severe from time to time, but it was daily. And migraines were there often, persistently, and he became very sensitive to light, to noise, to very different things, and even his home life was being affected by this because there were he had sisters and the mother, and so the whole family was at home, and he would often go to his bedroom to be alone and in silence, but it was, even at home, it was hard for him. So they tried very different things, medication and alternative therapies, like energetic therapies and so on. And one day he came back to tremor with his mother to a TRE session. I told the mother, well, let's see what happens. So the mother came to me because she had plantar fasciitis and some other problems also related to pain. So I told her, like, bring your son and let's see what happens. And they tremored together and they came together for some sessions, and his migraines disappeared almost. And when they would come back, he would just tremor and it would really relieve his migraines. And after some weeks, he was fine, and he was actually able to go back to a teenager lifestyle, a normal teenager lifestyle. So this was my first case of a young person that came with a mother who also had chronic pain. So the second chronic pain case I had was a client of mine who had a car accident 5 years before we started working together, and his health was really affected by this car accident. So he didn't have anything after the accident. Nothing happened. He was not hurt or anything. And 2-3 days after, he started to have very strong back pain. And so he had back pain, and then he also had some digestive issues that came after the accident. And this went on for some years. And when we met, so he was telling me about his accident and what happened. And as we were about to start working together, he went on holidays, and when he came back, something happened to his ankle, to his knee, and he started limping, so he could not walk properly. So he asked me to do the sessions later because he was limping, and the knee, something happened with the knee, he could not understand. And I told him, why don't you come and we can try TRE and see what happens. So he came for the first session. So he explained me again his chronic back pain as well as ankle pain and the limping with the knee. And he tremored, and that day he didn't limp. So after the session, he could walk normally, and he had been limping like for 2 or 3 weeks before the session. And he was very surprised because no limping. And the day after, he was much better. So he started limping a little bit again, but it was much better. So we kept the sessions going on. So his sessions lasted for some months, actually, because of his back and his ankle and also the knee. But he also had a lot of stress, and TRE helped him to relax. So he was much more relaxed after starting TRE. So he kept it going because he couldn't find his own TRE practice. So he preferred to practice with me. And he also explained me during the sessions that something had, so he had vertebrae, some problem, they were kind of collapsed, and they were moving. And I don't know, like 6 months later or 6 months after we started working together, his back was okay. So he didn't have more back problems. It didn't hurt anymore. The same for the ankle pain, it disappeared. The knee, the limping disappeared right in the beginning. And he went to his doctor to check on his back. He was doing it annually after the accident, and the doctor told him that the back was much better. So it recovered a lot of mobility with TRE. For the knee, so when he started the TRE sessions, he was going to do an operation. He was going to do some tests, and the idea was to operate the knee. But there was like a hacker attack to the Belgian medical database, and it was chaos. So he couldn't do any testing. So he ended up not doing any testing for this operation. And because he recovered his knee, he ended up not doing anything about it. So no testing and no operation. So basically TRE prevented an operation with this client of mine. Another client of mine, a lady that was undergoing chemotherapy. She had a lot of pain, fatigue, and she was looking for someone to help her with strengthening of her arms, because she was going to she was undergoing an operation to her breast. And so it was very hard for her to find someone to work with her. And when she finally arrived to me, she was really, well, she was desperate. She couldn't find a therapist. She couldn't find anyone that would take the responsibility of working with her. And of course, I was scared as well. So I ended up proposing her to do TRE to see what would happen with the chemotherapy pain. And so she came for her first session, and she did her first TRE session. And immediately she felt much calmer during the session, and she had a lot of fun with the tremoring in itself. And this was her first TRE session was a day before her chemotherapy session. So she tremored, and then she left. Next day, she went to her chemo session, and after the chemo session, she felt normal. So she didn't have any pain. She didn't feel tired or any fatigue. So she felt normal, like a normal life day, even after chemo. So, of course, she came back and she kept on doing TRE. It made her feel much better after the chemo sessions. And in the meantime, we also prepared her operation. And then she told me after the operation that she started tremoring when she woke up. And people in the hospital wanted to stop it. And she asked them, please let me do my own process. This is normal. I'm used to do this. And if this is okay for you, I would like to keep tremoring. So she tremored after the operation, and she told me that she felt that it actually helped her also as well after the operation. So she recovered quite fast. And well, and then life went on, and I think she keeps on doing TRE on her own now. But it was, for me, it was really amazing to see how well she felt after her chemo sessions. Because, well, I haven't seen anything about this before, and it was really, for me, a huge, I really felt as a very, very big success for me to see her feeling so well after chemo and with no pain at all. So another case, this chronic pain, an electrician. So it was this client, he retired. And after retiring, he started to struggle with pain in the arm, very strong pain in the arm, because he had cervical spine hernia. And he tried very different things. And well, he came to TRE because, he had nothing to lose. It was one of these person, he tried everything he could. He was waiting for surgery. He was waiting for the consultation. He was not affected by the hacking of the database, but it was taking a long time for him to get the consultation and the doctor to talk with him. So in the meantime, his wife proposed him to come to a TRE session. So he arrived with a cervical collar to the first session. And well, I'm always kind of terrified when people come to me and they have like a huge problem, and I'm there in front of them and I have no idea what to say. You know, I'm just terrified that it won't work, or it won't do anything, or I don't know. Well, it's very personal, but when this client arrived, I was really stressed because he came with a cervical collar, and he had, like, in a scale of 0 to 10 of pain, where, well, 10 is the maximum, he had an 8. So I really had to adapt all the exercises because he really struggled with pain and moving his arm and moving his body, but he tremored. And after the first session, he left with a 7 on 10 instead of 8. So pain decreased 1 point on the first session. So for me, this was already a big win. And then he kept coming back, doing more sessions, and pain decreased to a 4 in 10 and then to a 2 in 10 in the last session. So he still had some pain, but it had nothing to do with the pain in the beginning. So he ended up not doing surgery because there was no need for it. He did an infiltration. He told me it helped, and he kept doing TRE daily, and he was feeling much better, and he started to, well, actually enjoy his retirement because he's quite young, so he's less than 65. And he was feeling, well, like a very old man because he could not move his arm or do anything. And suddenly life went back to normal as in before pain. So also, again, a big win. Another client of mine, another cancer survivor, she arrived with, she was ongoing a hormonal treatment for cancer, and she had joint pain, very, very strong. And she's this woman, she did a lot of sports before cancer, and she did lots of things, very active woman. And she enjoyed sports as well as being sore from sports. And she told me that this pain she had at the moment had nothing to do. It was really, she felt she could not do anything because her whole body hurt. And she was convinced that it came from her hormonal treatments for cancer, because pain started around the same time she started the treatment. She was also very tired all the time, along with the pain. So we tried TRE. She was much better after the first session, but really she could not believe how the relief she felt after the first session. Pain decreased, and it disappeared completely after two more sessions, I think. And then she ended up finding that she had Lyme's disease. So it was very hard to find that she had Lyme's disease, and she took many tests also related to the fact that she had cancer. And she realized that, so doctor found that she had Lyme's disease after many, many tests, and this pain was related to Lyme's disease and not the hormonal cancer treatment. So we discovered that actually Lyme's disease can provoke very strong joint pain, and actually TRE can help and make it disappear completely. So this client of mine was also one of the first with chronic pain, and it for me again was very, very impressive of the effects of TRE with chronic pain and joint pain. The last case, so this is Baptistine. Baptistine, her mother, Anceline, she comes to my class. She started to come to my yoga class because she had hernias, two hernias in the lumbar spine, and she wanted to avoid an operation, so she decided to try yoga to try to prevent surgery. And with yoga, she was it was getting better, but she still struggled with her hernias. And one day I told her, well, why don't you come and try TRE, because it works so well and maybe it will work. So I had never tried at that moment for hernia, but why not? And if you feel like it's not helping, we can stop at any time. But as she was practicing yoga and it was working, well, I didn't really see a reason why TRE wasn't working. So I always ask people to ask their doctors if this is okay to do this practice, because I'm not a doctor and, well, it's a huge responsibility. So all these cases, people came after going to the doctor. So they come to the they go to the doctor, they ask if they can do it. And when they say it's okay, then we move on. So Anseline came, and she, at that time, so before coming, she told me that her daughter had polyarthritis, and she also had a lot of pain, and she couldn't move, and her mobility was decreasing very fast. And I told her, well, ask the doctor if it's okay and bring her alone, because like the worst thing that can happen is that it won't do anything, but we could try it. So they came for a session. It was a Friday afternoon. And Baptistine, she was 11 at that time. She had, so my studio, there are some stairs that we have to climb in order to get to the room where we practice TRE. And she had a very hard time just going up the stairs. So she had mobility issues. She really had to hold the walls and to be able to climb the stairs that aren't very high. And then she couldn't do the exercises because she was in so much pain. And she was in between treatments. And so this was in the end of May. And her next treatment would be in August. And her doctor had warned the parents and her that she would lose her mobility, and then for the treatment, for the second treatment that was going on in August, she would probably need a wheelchair. So she was going to arrive in a wheelchair. So the doctor prepared the whole family for the fact that she would need a wheelchair. So they came, we tried TRE, and then Baptistine, she was really in pain, and then she was very stressed because, well, she was in pain and then struggling with the exercises. So we adapt the exercises. We didn't do the exercises. We just, well, she was doing what she could do, what she felt it was okay, as long as my whole objective was that she didn't feel triggered by anything, that she felt at ease. If tremors would come, they would come. If they wouldn't come, it was not a problem. So we were just seeing what happened. But she ended up by tremor really well. So they both tremor, mother and daughter. And they left after the session. And the next morning, the mother sent me an SMS telling me that her daughter, she woke up and she felt no pain. So it was like the first time in months that she felt no pain, but she actually felt no pain after the session. So this was huge for me. It was my birthday, so I was really, oh my God, like such a great present for me. And well, she kept doing her sessions. They kept coming. The mother also got much better with her back. Her pain totally disappeared. And then holidays came, and Baptistine, she's very disciplined, so she was tremoring at home. So anytime she was feeling a little bit stressed or a little bit of pain, she would tremor on her own. If they are traveling by car, she's sitting in the back, she tremors, watching TV, she tremors a little bit. And in August, she arrived for the treatment in the hospital, walking like like a teenager of her age would walk. So mobility came fully back. And the doctor was very surprised that she was moving so well. And yeah, so this is like my biggest success of them all, because with pediatric rheumatoid polyarthritis, because she's so young, and she was so young when she came to the first session, and this was such a change in her life, and it was so huge for me. So yeah, so then Baptistine and her mother came for a small interview where they explained me everything. So what happened after the sessions. So they went to the doctor. The doctor was very surprised with her mobility, and the day they came for this interview, Baptistine was actually climbing the stairs running, so she could actually run and climb the stairs like any kid would do. And yeah, so for me this was like the best TRE result ever until now, even if I have very good TRE results with people that struggle with pain. But this for me was especially impressive. So TRE for pain. So how do I use it? So I use it for pain management. So TRE is very, very powerful in pain management. I use it sometimes with the exercises, when people can do the exercises. When people cannot do the exercises, I adapt. Do I have a specific modifications? I don't. So I often ask people how they feel doing something like this, or maybe if they try something else and another movement, if they struggle with the exercises. So I try different things, and I always adapt to the person that is in front of me, and I always ask the person how the person what happens, to notice in the body what happens, if the person is okay with it, if not, and to notice how it's feeling in the body. And then that's how I adapt it. In the beginning, I was always a little stressed, thinking, oh, maybe the person won't tremor, maybe the person won't feel the tremoring, and but it never happened. So people always end up by having some tremors in any session. And then once they tremor and they can tremor on their own, the idea for me it's to do some TRE daily. Not a long time, because it's very hard to have like a real practice like of TRE like we do with yoga. Even with yoga, it's very hard, and I'm a yoga teacher, and for me it's very hard to have my own practice. So I think it's better to tremor, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds before going to sleep, than to struggle to practice like 15 minutes, even if 15 minutes it's not a long time. But I think it's better sometimes just do some tremoring when we go to bed, and just let the body tremor and then turn to the side and sleep. And to do this daily, instead of trying to have like a proper practice that in the end, it's hard, we need a lot of discipline, and people end up not doing it. So when they are disciplined enough to practice and to create their own sessions and do it on their own, it's great. When it's not, that is most of the time, I think it's better like a tiny bit every day, and but a tiny bit every day instead of more TRE less often. After all this, there are some books that I really like about pain, and well, not necessarily TRE. So because I have different, so a background that is very different. So I'm human resources manager, and then a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist. And well, I end up reading a lot, doing a lot of trainings, and I mix a lot. So when I do a TRE session, I do the TRE session, but sometimes I also include other techniques during the session if I feel that it's appropriate. So these are some of my favorite books. So one is Anatomy Trains, that about fascia, that explains a lot about fascia, and it's very interesting as a reading. And for me, it's very important to improve TRE because there are some modifications I do that sometimes, so I mix with some of the exercises that we can do for fascia. The second book, The Mind-Body Prescription. So Johnny Sarno, it was the I think one of the first persons talking about neuroplastic pain. So how pain is often related to stress. And he has a book about pain and this one as well. And it's a really good book that explains a lot about pain and how it occurs in the body. And then there is the book from Steve Haynes, Pain is Really Strange. It's a really great book, as all his books. I'm a big fan, and he's a TRE provider and trainer as well. So I think this is a great book about pain. So in case you want to explore more about chronic pain and pain besides TRE. So if you want to learn more, so my main goal when I do TRE session is to help people relieve their pain and stress, and whenever possible to get rid of pain forever, because this can actually happen. So people, they can live with pain for ages, many years, and suddenly they don't have pain anymore because they did TRE, and I've seen this. So it's, for me, TRE, it's magical. It's really, sometimes when I talk about it, I think I have to control myself because I have this look like I've seen the light, oh my God, and this is so great, because it is. So integrating TRE with other techniques that I use, testing and adapting to each person can really make miracles. And I think it's interesting in the TRE world because people come with very different backgrounds, and each person really brings something new with the background that comes with the person. And there is so much room for adapting and modifying and discovery. And I really enjoy this in the TRE world, is that there is so much space for testing and trying and adapting. I also sometimes, so I'm a yoga teacher, but also an aerial yoga teacher. And I also use from time to time a yoga hammock or a yoga trapeze for TRE. It has very interesting results as well. So for the TRE trainings, in case you really want to develop your TRE practice and learning, there are ongoing training, ongoing TRE provider trainings during the whole year with Hans, for example, my favorite teacher. And if you like to attend one of these trainings, and if you wish my assistance, because I'm assisting Hans, you are welcome to join one of Hans' TRE trainings. So there is a new one starting in the end of January, so I will be there in case you would like, well, to do a TRE provider training and to explore more of TRE for chronic pain. So we are reaching the end of my presentation. I would like to thank you for being here and for staying until now. And you are invited, if you wish, if you find it useful, to join the TRE practice session right after. And one last page with my contact in case you have questions or you would like to contact me afterwards. So here are my coordinates. So thank you very much. For me, it's time if you have any questions that you'd like to ask. So this would be the moment. So I'm stopping the presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Raquel. Very interesting, and it's impressive what you have done and also what we can do with TRE. I guess it's many here have some similar experiences, even though you have actually sort of focused in particular on pain in your work with rehabilitation and so on, and also select or sort of collected these case stories. So it's really interesting and useful, I think, to collect these experiences and maybe also share some experiences. We will have a TRE session and Q&A after this talk at 6:15, so it's possible to join there. I'll put the sign-up link in the chat section. But we also have some more minutes now. If anyone would like to ask some questions or maybe share an experience about the topic, you can either just write in the chat if you like to comment, or you can also unmute yourself or raise your hand and come. Yeah, Sylvia, you want to say something? Please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Hans, and thank you, Raquel. That was really good, and as many said, very, very inspiring. I've got a wee question, because can you tell us how often you saw these clients and worked with them? Was that just a couple of few sessions, or was that more long term?
Except for the client who had like back pain, ankle, and the knee. So with that one, we worked for a long time, but we were also doing somatic experiencing. So I was trying different things with him, but usually I offer 4 sessions because so one session for me, it's not enough.
Yeah.
As I work mainly with women, sometimes there are things that might come up, and I had this with a lady. So sometimes second, third session, sometimes people can be a little bit more agitated. Yeah. And with 4 sessions, I know that after they can be independent. And also, if something comes up, we can actually manage in the sessions after.
Great. Can I have another question? In your studio, I suppose the photos you shared were from your own studio.
Yeah.
But what's hanging down from the ceiling?
It's the hammocks for aerial yoga. So I do mainly aerial yoga. So that's the thing hanging. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I thought that was artwork.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Anyone else who would like to come unmute yourself and maybe ask or comment?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Sylvia.
If nobody's, can I also ask, Raquel, have you ever encountered a GP? You said you asked your clients to check with their GP if TRE is okay. I mean, I suppose, and my experience is, many GPs don't really know what TRE is. But what's your experience, and have you ever come across somebody who said, "Oh no, you can't do that," or whatever? It's
So yeah. So so here in Belgium. So basically, there's a responsibility thing going on, and nobody wants responsibility. So it's kind of so. And one of the cases, this lady, she was doing chemotherapy. Nobody wanted to work with her. She just wanted some strengthening. And what it was like, oh no, I don't want the responsibility. So she found me, but really far from her. But I was the only person accepting to work with her. Doctors, they don't know what TREs, most of them, and they tend to stop tremoring. So tremoring, it's always seen as,
Yes.
but because I have the aerial yoga side of it, I always tell people before coming, because there are some contraindications, even if I have more and less in my classes, but it's like a common practice here to ask people, to ask their doctor if it's okay.
Sure, sure.
That said, it's a little, it depends on the person. So sometimes I work with them, but I tell them, okay, so we can do this, but so this can happen, this can happen, this can happen. Well,
Yeah.
but often people, they come to me when nothing else worked.
Yes, yes.
Clara? So you would say something?
Yes, Raquel, thank you for a fantastic sharing of your experience. That was a very big pleasure to hear you or to see you, because I was an assistant trainer to Hans during Raquel's process to be TRE provider. And I see or hear you try to put TRE in the regular method to help the chronic back pain. All regular research in the last time practical confirm correlation between pain, especially chronic pain, without mechanical damage and the stress. And the stress. That a lot of books speak practical about that. And I teach in the couple of Europe's university about that connection and about TRE, about how TRE can help, very simple, very easy, without very big knowledge in this situation. And all of us know 100 million billions and dollars, euro in Europe, that is too much. But it is not only that, it is practical social exclusion from people with chronic pain. So congratulations for your job, and I hope the other people here can be motivated to continue to work slowly, but TRE coming to be more visible in the world. Thank you, Raquel.
Thank you so much for saying this, because yeah, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Sarah, she has like a huge CV, and she's very impressive. She's very impressive. And when I was doing the videos, it was Dr. Sarah that was giving me the feedback, and I was always like, oh my God, because she knows so much, and like she's so impressive. And now you are here and you just told me this, and yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, chronic pain is stress.
Yes.
It's stress. And everybody that came to me, all of them, they all had stress, except
yes.
maybe for Batistine. But my last person, it was this guy. He works in a supermarket, and he was like complaining when I was paying, like, oh my God, I have a sciatica and it hurts so much. And I was like, oh, you could come and try TRE. And then you will sell my services to all your colleagues, because they all have like back pain problems. And he came, so he hurt his back on a Monday, and he came to tremor on a Thursday, and it disappeared. But during the session, so he came, he tremored. After the session, he was like, oh, but I don't feel it anymore. And he told me that when he got his back hurt, he did some movements inside the refrigerator. So pain 8 in 10. That evening, it went to 11 in 10. And then it decreased gradually, but he was still in something from 4 to 6. And then it disappeared completely with TR one time, like 15 minutes. So Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
TRE practical with vibration, adrenaline, cortisol, we have too much because stress practical activated sympathetic nervous system. And we have overactivating of sympathicus. And during TRE practical, we use all that. All that can be it, our muscle heat. So that is a very, very important to know. That is a very simple method to help people.
Okay, so thank you very much, Raquel, and also to all of you who participated and those who shared questions and experiences. It was great to have this first TRE talk of the year with you, Raquel, about this very interesting topic. We will have a new talk in, it's not 2 weeks, it's actually on the 15th of January with Shada. He will talk about TRE and primitive reflexes, which I'm looking very much forward to. So I hope to see many of you then as well. Apart from that, I want to wish you a great rest of the year as well. And hope we will see you again. Thank you very much, Raquel.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hola.